What's going on, guys? I'm back with another video, man. And make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, man, because here on this channel we promote independent thinking, we promote individualism, we promote, being the lone wolf, being on your own, being your own boss. We support independence on this channel, man. So with that being said, make sure you like so the algorithm can promote my videos and be recommended to everybody, and more people can see the videos. So yeah, man, I want to really come on here and talk my shit and preach about being emotionally independent, being emotionally strong, especially in this day and age, especially in this generation that we live in. Because a lot of men grew up with a lot of single parents. All right, a lot of young guys grew up with a single mother raising them since birth. Did not have the father figure in the household. Didn't have a male authority figure to raise them. So obviously, being emotionally strong and being emotionally intelligent is not going to be easily, it's not going to easily come to a man without his father in his life. Being emotionally strong is not going to be an easy thing to equip in this reality that we live in. Because in this reality, in this modern society, as a man, you have to be emotionally intelligent. You got to be emotionally strong, mentally strong. Masculinity is based off your emotional intelligence. You stepping up to the plate as a man, conquering, dominating through life. You know what I mean? And being a fatherless son, you're not easily taught how to control, how to harness your emotions. That doesn't come easy to a lot of men. It's a good thing for me. Luckily for me, I was able to get to a point in my early 20s where, controlling my emotions and harnessing my emotions, it came rather organically to me. The more shit I went through, the more struggles I had to endure as a kid, as a child, and I went through a lot of shit. I went through a lot of heartbreak. I went through a lot of struggle, a lot of bad times, as everybody else does in this life. We don't live perfect lives, and it's not possible to live a perfect, happy-go-lucky, squeaky clean life. And I most certainly did not live that type of life. And being emotionally strong, was something that came naturally to me. The more I went through things, the more I worked out my own issues, the more I worked out my own problems, it just became something that, of one of my greatest qualities, right? Being one of my greatest qualities as a man is to control my emotions. For any man, period, controlling your emotions is going to be one of your best qualities. It's probably going to be more of an attractive quality, to a lot of women. Because when you're running a household, you're in charge, you're the leader, you're the breadwinner, you're the big dog in the yard. You're the king, you're the alpha, all that. You have to exuberate that masculine behavior. You have to be what the world looks at as masculinity. Now, for a lot of reasons, masculinity is demonized nowadays. For some reason, masculinity is quote-unquote too toxic, right? Which I completely disagree with. Toxic masculinity is only brought up because toxic masculinity is only brought up is because women perceive it to be as a way to keep men weaker, right? Keep men out of their natural I'm trying to think of the word. I don't know, but a lot of women perceive toxic masculinity, and they throw that on men to make them more weaker, to make them feel shameful, I should say more shameful, to be a man in society. And being a man in society, being a masculine figure in society it's not acceptable. It's not appropriate for society today, because society today is fickle. Today's society is weak. Today's society can't handle the truth. Today's society just cannot handle real masculinity. But this world, the foundation of this world was built on masculinity. This whole world was built on masculinity. And see, making men feel shameful for being masculine has created a whole group, a whole crop of beta males. And beta males are pretty much created from, society telling them to tone down their masculinity, be more feminine, be more weak, be more emotional, be more emotionally available. But see, being emotionally available doesn't always work out. Being emotionally available does not always work out to your best favor. It doesn't work out at all. And see, we're encouraged by women, by society, to be more emotional. But you cannot get things done in life. You cannot become the best version of yourself. You cannot make the money that you want to make. You cannot achieve your dreams. You cannot fulfill your purpose in this life. You cannot survive out in this toxic world being emotional. Okay, being emotional is not what's going to pay the bills. Okay, being emotional is not what's going to get you that career opportunity. Being emotional is not going to get you what you want out of life. Okay, being emotional is not going to level you up. You have to understand this. People tell you, when women tell you to be more emotional, show more emotion, don't believe them. Don't listen to them. Because when you do that, they're encouraging you to show more emotion. But our natural solution in life, when we face problems, when we face situations in life, our natural response is to handle it ourselves. Okay? We have to work through our own problems. Some women understand that philosophy. A lot of women cannot understand it. Because why? Some of these women want you to be weak. Want me to say it? Some of these women want you to be weak. They want you to always confide into them. They always want you to be emotionally available. That works sometimes, but being overly emotional, always being in your feelings, always crying, crying to a woman about your problems. Guess what? You keep crying your problems to a woman, she's going to eventually leave you. She's going to eventually cheat on you, eventually. Okay? And she's not going to sit around and validate your every fucking problem. She's not going to validate all your issues in life. Nobody is going to validate your problems. When you're a grown man out here, you can't be bitching, you can't be complaining, you cannot be crying, you cannot be whining and complaining about every fucking thing that happens to you. You got to learn how to work through that shit on your own. You have to learn how to overcome your own problems. And this comes with accountability for a lot of us. A lot of accountability. In this day and age, man, emotional intelligence is very important. Very important. And I might even title this video Emotional Intelligence. Right? And this goes hand in hand with being an independent. Right? Being strong mentally. Being mentally resilient. Being mentally strong. for yourself and for other people. See, women are supposed to be emotional. Women are supposed to cry on your shoulders. Women are supposed to, let you be their rock. Women are supposed to come to you for their problems, complain and nag and whatever, bitch and moan, because that's what they always do, right? They always bitch and moan. They nag. But that's in their nature to do that. That's not in our nature as a man to bitch and moan about every fucking thing. And it takes a grown-ass man to tell another grown-ass man to get on his shit. Stop complaining about life. Stop complaining about what's wrong in this lifetime. Stop complaining about what's not going right in your life and just keep it pushing. Stop complaining. Because every day is going to be hard. Every day is going to be a challenge. You're going to go through things that is going to challenge you emotionally and mentally. Challenge your frame, I should say. And when you're tested like this, you have to pass that test. Sometimes we don't pass the test. When life gives us shit tests, we sometimes don't pass those tests. But we get better after every test that we fail, and we use those failures as a learning lesson, right? Failure is our greatest teacher. So we're always going to bounce back from our tests that we fail. And when more tests come along, we're going to pass those tests because we learned the lessons, right, from the failed test that life gave us. As I've gotten older, right? I'm 25 now. I'm 25 years old, close. I'm like halfway to 30 at this point. As I've gotten older, I've learned to harness my emotions. I've learned to control my emotions and situations. Okay, I know not to give all my energy into all these little minor situations, because those minor situations can be easily solved with rational thinking, rational solutions, right? The bigger problems in life is what requires more of your energy, more of your emotional investment, I should say. And a lot of us men, we fall into this trap of emotionally investing into the wrong things, into little things that are just completely minuscule, that add no value to our life. Now, when you start to control your emotions through little problems, small problems, your emotional intelligence increases. You get better over time with your emotions, with rationally solving problems and thinking things through with logic, not emotion. Women think with emotion. They don't think with logic. You see, emotion cannot battle with logic. It just can't happen. Logic is always going to win. Every time, logic is always going to win over emotion. That's just how it is. And back to the whole toxic masculinity, the whole toxic masculinity thing, that itself is completely cap. Okay? A lot of women act like, okay, that's a problem for them, but when, toxic masculinity, whatever you want to call it, I don't call it toxic masculinity. It's just masculinity. It's just masculinity. Why has it got to be toxic? You know what I'm saying? When did it become toxic for a man to step up to the plate in life? When did it become toxic for a man to be the breadwinner of the household? When did it become a problem, toxic for a man to become independent? When did it become toxic for a man to be strong and to fight on his own feet, stand on his own feet and take care of his own problems and not be emotionally available? Because a lot of men cannot be emotionally available. We can't. I don't listen to the society right? I don't listen to the society that tells me that I constantly need to be more emotional, that I need to be more, I need to be more weak. I need to be out of my frame. Okay? I need to show more feelings. I need to express my feelings when knowing damn well that does not get me nowhere in life. Okay? That will lead to nowhere in life real quick. Most of the time when you do express your feelings to a woman per se, that woman will be turned off. That woman is going to leave you. She's not going to be interested. She's going to lose respect real quick for you. And she's going to go chase that man that has his emotions in check. And that's just is what it is. You know? Society is trying to make men weaker. You know, the point of this video, society's trying to make men more weaker is what I'm trying to say. And I'm trying to get my point across. Society wants men to be at the lowest form of man possible. They want you to carry around this bitch boy type energy, right? Because they don't want you to reach your fullest potential as a man. Why do you think, you know, they put out all this pornographic stuff? Why do you think, you know, sex is so heavily promoted in today's society? You know, because men, we get instantly turned on by a fat ass. We get instantly turned on by big tits. We get turned on by... My bad, my shit got caught up. As I was saying, we get mostly turned on by sex, by sexual activity. And, you know, that's more of an emotion that we tap into. Sex is more of an emotional thing that's committed between man and woman. But, you know, retaining your seed, being on monk mode, staying away from pornography, you know, abstaining from sex is a healthy thing for the mind, spirit, okay, and for your body as a man. And in this day and age, we have to be more emotionally intelligent, because masculinity is every day and continuously being attacked. It's continuously being attacked every day. And a lot of us men, we need to embrace our masculinity. Okay, it's society. You know, if you have other people telling you to open up, be more emotional, you know, be more in your feelings and whatever, listen, man, that shit don't work. Okay, it never worked and it never will fucking work. Okay, embrace your masculinity, because at the end of the day, when it comes to how you navigate this world, how you move in life, your masculinity is your only fucking resource. Okay, it's your only thing that you need to survive. Your mindset as well, like this alpha mindset that you need to adapt. That's the only way you can really survive out here in this world. Because you think if somebody were to break into my house, and, you know, my wife was home, and, you know, we were both in bed sleeping, someone was trying to break into our house in the middle of the night, you know, who's more likely to go downstairs and confront the intruder? Me or my wife? Man or woman? The man, obviously. I'm gonna go downstairs and confront the intruder. I'm gonna bring a fucking baseball bat. I'm gonna bring a gun, whatever I got. You know, and I'm going to defend my territory because I have an intruder trying to break in my house. So she's not going to confront the intruder, because naturally she's going to call 911. She's going to be scared, crying. I have to be strong, and I have to go downstairs and whoop some ass. Period. I got to go downstairs and defend my territory. So women can preach all they want about how men are too masculine. Okay. Well, you won't be complaining about that when that shit is convenient enough for you. When you have a man that's masculine, right? But when somebody breaks in your fucking house, he has to defend you. He has to take down the intruder, right? You gotta call 911, make sure, you know, this guy is taken away, put under handcuffs. But the man gotta do the dirty work. He gotta fucking fight. He has to fight and defend and survive. That's it. So with that being said, man, I made my point. And, you know, at the end of the day, we got to start having more emotional intelligence and start being more, you know, mentally strong out here, because everyday masculinity is being attacked. So, yeah. So make sure y'all like the video. Subscribe to the channel, man. More vids are to come, man. Like I said, on this channel, we promote independent thinking, man. We promote being an individual, okay? We promote being the lone wolf. Embrace being the lone wolf. Embrace being the black sheep. You know, stand on your own 2 feet in life. You know, sometimes in life, man, you got to fight for your fucking self. Sometimes you have to go at it alone. You may not have people by your side. You may not have people on your team. But you know what, bro? You get stronger and stronger after every fucking battle. After every time life tries to knock you down, you get stronger and stronger. The more things you survive from, the more things you come back from. So with that being said, man, God bless y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to watch this video. Appreciate y'all, man, and I'm out. Peace.